Priorities. Busy moms. How do we prioritize our lives, our schedules? This can be such an incredible challenge. Why? We live in a very busy time. Even the mom who stays at home raising little kids, it's a 24/7 job. It's one of the hardest jobs in the world, juggling everybody's needs, making time for yourself, making time outside the home, staying sane, right? Trying to elevate everything you're doing, and at the same time, trying to really be as productive as possible. And this could be challenging for the working mother as well. And at the same time, feeling adequate, feeling that you're doing the right thing, and balancing both work, home, responsibilities outside the home, inside the home, and making time for yourself and living as productively as possible. It's definitely a challenge. Everyone's personal lives are very, very different. And this video will hopefully help us prioritize, for us busy moms, prioritize our schedules. And I hope to leave you with 2 practical tips at the end on how to motivate yourself to prioritize correctly. Okay, and to the best of your ability. So this video is really for a busy mom who's trying to prioritize the best way that she can. If you have certain situations that are specific, that you have a very difficult circumstance in your life, it's weighing you down, and you don't know how to juggle and prioritize, and it's really taking a toll on your family, my advice to you is to consult a mentor, a life coach, a Rebbitzin, rabbi, someone who can help you prioritize and work out your situation individually. And this could be taking care of an elderly parent. You're the only responsible child. You're the only caretaker at this time who's available to, and that really puts a lot of stress on you, and it could be very overwhelming. So these are our specific circumstances. So priorities. Making priorities and organizing our lives and our schedules could be challenging. However, it can be done. The reason why priorities are very difficult to make is because we have very demanding schedules. We have different demands, different needs from our families, and they're always changing. We have different pulls and unpredictable needs from family and from work. For example, it's tax season for accountants. That's tremendous stress at a certain time of the year. Or planning or bar or bat mitzvah for your child, that also presents strains on your schedule, because now you have to make time for the special events in your life, and it could be a challenge. We have to remember that not to everything we need to say yes to. We don't need to say yes to everything, and if you don't say yes, it doesn't mean you're bad or inadequate or you're not productive, right? It's okay to say no. Remember, we as women, we are not meant to do everything. We are meant to manage the home, right? We're meant to manage, which means using your resources as much as you can, your helpful resources, whether it is, your children who can help you, hiring a cleaning lady, delegating responsibilities, or, being helped in other ways that you can think of according to your life circumstance. So we must understand that we live in times that are very challenging, very busy. Women have been, pulled in different ways. They're professionals. I can speak for myself. I'm a professional. I'm a young mom with little children, and it could be straining. And many of us are in similar situations. We also come from cultures that stress and embrace certain ideals, and these ideals we may be taught wrongly, such as the woman needs to do everything, right? Sometimes women tell me, I don't even have a minute to sit. What's wrong with sitting? What's wrong with taking a break, right? So these cultures may teach us making gourmet food every day for your family is a must. Why is that a must? And that does not mean you're an inadequate mother, you're a bad mother if your meals are not all gourmet every single day, homemade. And we have to understand that we live in a different era right now. We live in an era that's pulling us in different ways. We may have husbands who learn Torah, learn outside the home, learn for a degree, and we are pulled to make that parnassah, to make that livelihood in the family. And this is what's part of our schedule, part of our phase in life. We have to remember that your priorities may change through every stage in your life, through every phase. You know, the kids will grow up eventually. So different things will come up in your schedule. You'll have to take care of other things in your life and be pulled in different directions that you're not used to. Okay. The truth is, a lot of us also feel that it's hard to prioritize and you want to do everything. And I see this many times with women, how they're like, I have to do it all. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? The truth is, it'll get done. Whatever's meant to get done will get done. But if I'm not doing things calmly and sanely and with proper outlook and doing with common sense, being realistic that I can't get X, Y, and Z done today according to the time, according to my schedule. So being real. If you're not meant to do it, don't do it, right? You're not meant to drop out of exhaustion until you do everything. You know, if you're not meant to do it, if you can't do it calmly and with a smile to the best of your ability, and really try harder to just be calmer and doing things with common sense, then just don't do it. Don't do it. Maybe you need to take that break or do less at that day. Okay, so as a woman in the house, we need to remember that we run the home. We manage the home, right? And we try to really run the home as smoothly as possible most of the time. All of us have, you know, challenges in our week where schedules can go off, but most of the time it should be running smoothly. What can help us run a home smoothly is making a weekly meal plan, right? Every week, maybe it's a Sunday, choose a day in the week when you can plan your meals throughout the week. They don't have to be so detailed. Maybe you don't want to talk about what you're taking to work for lunch, but you want to more or less focus on organizing yourself, because when you're organized, you're calmer in many ways. So you want to consider going shopping that once a week, your major shopping. And if you have your spouse, relative, maybe an older child in your home that you can assign for them to buy like last minute things like bread and milk at the end of the week while you did the major shopping once a week, it will definitely help alleviate a lot of the disorganization. And just remember, use all the help you can get from your husband, who's according to his schedule, how much he's able to help, from dishwashers, from cleaning ladies, from your children, from, you know, mommy helpers. That's really popular these days. And with a cleaner, less cluttered, more organized home, you will have a clearer mind, and you will make better decisions, and you'll be calmer. You know, the biggest gift we can give our families is to be a calm and happy wife, right? Happy wife is happy life. I've heard this quote before. Sometimes we run into many things that we want to do. We say, oh, it's a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah, right? It's a good deed to do. It's a positive commandment. I want to do this. It's a good thing. I want to raise money for this fundraiser. It's a good cause. I want to go to shul. I want to go to synagogue. I want to pray. First of all, doing certain things at certain stages in our lives could be a waste of time. We are not meant to do that. If you're a busy mom, you have little kids, and they need you at home, then you're wasting your time by raising this money for this fundraiser, even though this fundraiser is for a good cause. And if it's not you, it'll be somebody else who raises the money. But my priority is my family, is my home, is my husband, is my children. Everything else, it's not my responsibility if I can't divide my time in order to take care of it. So a woman who's going to shul, oh, I'm praying. She's going to synagogue. I'm praying. I'm doing great things. I'm praying 3 times a day. Great. But if it's coming at the expense of your family, if you're going to shul and your kids are home and they have a babysitter every day because you need to go to shul. No, this is not prioritized. Even during holidays, the rabbis teach us, talk to your personal rabbi. A woman is not meant to go to shul if she has little kids at home. There's other options. Daven at home, pray at home, or go for a short amount of time. We have to understand we have different priorities as women, and to prioritize what's more important will basically give us more peace of mind. Regarding work, when you go to work and you come home, you want to kind of separate that time, right? You want to transition from being a working employee to a mommy to a wife. So you can do a meditation in the car before coming home. You can also change your clothes, and if you wear a head covering like I do this practically every day. I change my outfit, and I'll change my head covering because now I'm home. I usually wear berets for work, and I wear head coverings like this at home. So I know that now I'm mommy mode. It helps me transition better. So you want to be able to separate work from work and not talk about work so much. That's a different topic. But right now it's mommy mode, it's wife mode, house mode. Okay. There are certain non-negotiables towards prioritizing. You want to make sure you get self-care every single week. What that means is different for every person, but self-care is a priority, and I do talk about it in my other videos. Self-care, make sure you have your time with your spouse once a week. Try to make it once a week at least. Try to pick a day that's you're always getting together, doing something special that day during the week. This way, it's something that you're looking forward to and you know is happening because it's so important. Okay, quality time with the kids. Whether you have kids who you can spend individual time with, or at least 2, 3 at a time, depending on how big your family. And just spend that quality time without any phones, doing things that they want to do. So these are non-negotiables. And also, you could also combine these activities. For example, if your daughter likes to bake and cook, and that's your quality time with her, maybe when you bake for Shabbat and you cook, you can actually have her spend time with you, and that could be quality time. Okay. Another non-negotiable is family time. Do something together at least once a week. Shabbat is usually an amazing time to do that. Do something at the table, engage in an activity. It depends on the age of your kids, but more or less, do something that your family will enjoy, even if it's 15 minutes of joking around and laughing and sharing. So remember, it's really important for us to know that our main responsibility in this world is we are privileged to raise our families, to raise our kids, to be a wife. And this is a privilege bestowed upon us to be a praiseworthy wife and a loving mother to our children. So that's the number one priority. Many times we get sidetracked. Oh, I need to get that degree. Great. But if you can do that degree and be a happy mom and wife at the same time, then go for it. And if it's something your husband wants you to do, right? If you don't have to work, it's something you want to do, that's really an individual basis, individual cases. And we have to know that this is a privilege. It's a responsibility, right? It's not getting us on that billboard that, a praiseworthy wife. But we know that according to our Torah sources, the woman of valor is so praiseworthy. Why? Because of so much that she does for her family. And it's because of her that her family exists. Her husband and her children are able to thrive and succeed and be partners with Hashem in this world. All our other endeavors which are not our priority, we need to say, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. And if I have time to be in the community, to do things outside my home, I can do that too. For example, some people have hobbies or side hustles, right? This is like a popular term, side hustles. So make sure it doesn't take away from your home or your responsibilities. Although we don't have to be perfect, we need to make sure that our homes or families are taken care of, right? We greet our children, our husbands with a smile. There's no phone. We're happy to see them. We're giving them our attention. And if you're doing hobbies, you make sure that doesn't take away from running your home. in whatever way that means, whether it means having a cleaner home, having a home that's more organized, making sure dinner is made or is available. So it's really important for us to, if we have hobbies as women, that's fine. A lot of it is self-care. A lot of it is, boosting up our happiness. If we have to make sure it's not at the expense of our children and our husbands, our families. And don't feel bad about it. Do the best you can. Don't feel bad about other things that you can't do. So 2 practical tips I'll share with you that will help you prioritize are imagining a pizza pie. You can't put more. If you take a pizza slice out, you could put something in, but you can't put more stuff and stuff it into the pizza pie, right? You can't put another slice. You have to take another slice out. Meaning I have to organize my schedule that if I want to engage in an activity or make a goal for myself, put more time into my schedule, you can't put more time into it. You have 24 hours, right? You need to make sure you're balanced, you sleep enough, and you take care of your priorities, right? And sensibly. So just imagine that pizza pie. Take something out if you're going to put something in. Make sure it's a good priority and it's a good decision. So as you drive, another tip, my second tip is as you drive home from work, as you go up to your steps to your house, or as you open the door to your home, when you first see your family, before you see them, is you say, I am doing the most important job in the world. Leah Abramov, Being and Becoming. Awakening awareness of your greatness and potential.